Hello everyone, Merry Christmas! Wishing you joy, peace and cozy moments with the people you love. I'm here with a new topic. I would like to talk a bit about cheating or infidelity in the context of attachment and trauma psychology. Infidelity is often approached as a failure of morals, impulse control, or commitment. I think that while these dimensions are not irrelevant, they rarely capture, the psychological depth of this behavior. In clinical psychology, cheating is more accurately understood as a relational symptom, one that emerges from insecure attachment patterns shaped by unresolved developmental trauma. But it doesn't mean that all people with insecure attachment cheat, and secure attachment is associated with the lowest rates of infidelity. However, when cheating occurs, it often reflects an individual's characteristic way of regulating closeness, emotions, threat, and self-worth. And therefore, I think we can not study infidelity without understanding underpinnings and deeper attachment mechanisms which drive it. Attachment styles or ingrained patterns of relating describe relational strategies developed to maintain proximity and safety and connection in relationships. In addition, trauma perspective can provide us with explanations on how these strategies are driven and intensified by nervous system adaptations to chronic stress, emotional unpredictability, or threat. When the early attachment figures or parents were inconsistent, were frightening, emotionally unavailable, or intrusive or neglectful, the child's attachment system learned to operate under conditions of threat. And as adults, these people do not merely prefer certain relational patterns, they are neurobiologically organized around them. So infidelity in this context becomes a behavior aimed at regulating emotional overwhelm, attachment panic and shame, or self-worth collapse. While attachment styles are often discussed as 3 or 4 broad categories, clinically we observe distinct insecure attachment profiles, each with different motivations, defenses, and vulnerabilities around infidelity. When it comes to anxious, preoccupied profile, there is a core fear of abandonment. And so their primary strategy is hyperactivation. They seek reassurance and closeness and monitors partner closely. In addition, their self-worth is contingent on being loved. For them, cheating may occur as a breach when a relationship feels emotionally unfulfilling but too threatening to leave. But for dismissive avoidant profile, it's different. Their core fear is loss of autonomy and engulfment, which is the feeling that intimacy threatens one's identity. So their primary strategy is usually, deactivation, which minimizes emotional needs. They may withdraw during intimacy and value independence and control. For them, cheating functions as intimacy sabotage, a way to create distance without direct confrontation. And for fearful avoidant or disorganized profile, the core fear entails both abandonment and closeness. Primary strategy is then fluctuation or oscillation. Like they may crave intimacy but panic when it appears. Their profile is also characterized by emotional disconnection, dissociation, and of course high levels of shame. Cheating often occurs during dysregulation, conflicts, or perceived rejection, and is followed by guilt and confusion. But the fact is that clinically, many people do not fit neatly into one category. Some appear dismissive in calm states, but becomes fearful avoidant under stress. Others oscillate between anxious and avoidant patterns depending on that relational context. And this is particularly important in understanding infidelity, which often occurs during periods of heightened attachment threat. Here I would like to present an example from therapy room. A couple was referred due to an infidelity issue to me. She discovered that her husband had an affair. She was highly distressed, tearful, and preoccupied with understanding the betrayal. But the husband appeared withdrawn, guarded, and emotionally flat. She said that, "I feel like my whole reality just collapsed. I keep thinking if he loved me, how could he do this?" And his answer was like, "I don't know how to answer that. I didn't plan it. It just happened." And what I reflected by then was that for her, this felt like proof of abandonment. And for him, even talking about it felt overwhelming. And to me, it seemed like the anxious avoidant cycle was immediately present. She was seeking meaning and reassurance, but he deactivated under emotional intensity. And during therapy, it was revealed that her childhood involved an emotionally inconsistent caregiver. She learned that closeness was unpredictable and had to be actively maintained. So in her relationship, emotional distance triggered panic, and reassurance temporarily soothed distress. She said that when he pulls away, it feels like I disappear. I don't know who I am if I am not loved. But he, on the other side, got a dismissive avoidant profile. He grew up in a household where emotions were discouraged and vulnerability was implicitly unsafe. And under low stress, he was dismissive avoidant, emotionally contained, and self-reliant. So the typical response under relational threat is that fear emerges, shame increases, and impulsive behaviors appear. He said that when she's upset, I feel like I am failing, and when I feel like I'm failing, I just want to get away. So to my understanding, it means that the cheating wasn't about wanting someone else. It was about escaping a feeling of inadequacy. And the dismissive defenses may collapse during periods of heightened conflict, revealing fearful avoidant dysregulation by intense feeling of shame, experiencing panic, and emotional impulsivity. He also mentioned something like, there are moments I feel like I need her so badly, and then suddenly I just shut down. I don't understand it myself. So you see, that push-pull dynamic makes sense if closeness has historically been both comforting and dangerous. So the fact is that infidelity intensifies trauma for both partners. It confirms abandonment fears for the anxious partner. It amplifies shame and withdrawal for the avoidant partner, and it destabilizes the fearful avoidant nervous system, and rather than resolving distress, it deepens insecurity. Therefore, effective therapy must address attachment injuries, trauma-driven nervous system responses, accountability, and development of new regulatory strategies. Insecure attachment profiles are not personality flaws. They are adaptive responses to early relational trauma. As a summary, I would say that anxious attachment cheats to avoid abandonment, dismissive attachment cheats to avoid engulfment, and fearful avoidant attachment cheats to discharge dysregulation. So you see, trauma and attachment are intertwined theories and can help us understanding the psychological reactions. Attachment theory explains how people relate, and trauma theory explains why relating can feel so dangerous. Understanding both allows for accountability without moral collapse and for healing without minimizing harm. I hope that you have found this message interesting. Please share this video with a friend who has experienced cheating or betrayal trauma and finds it difficult to process it. Thank you, and keep in touch. Bye.